I I was thinking about this yesterday, reflecting, and I am so fortunate, and I don't know why, but I'm grateful to be doing the kind of work I do, pointing people back to the fathers, helping, showing them how, or the road to overcome anger, come out of that fallen state. I have met and is meeting, because we have a counseling service, the best counseling service on this side of heaven. And I'm meeting with people, not just by radio, but counseling and when I travel around, that I see miracles happening. And I never thought I wouldn't see it, but I never thought that I would see it. I am talking to people and counseling with people who have just been suffering for so long, going through all kinds of hell, judging themselves and trying to be right and trying to do right because they've gone to church, or the mother said, this is wrong, this is right, or whomever, right? And gone to experts and nothing work. But when they hear, hey, you got to go and forgive, stop hating, forgive your mothers. Most people that I've spoken to, not all, but most, did not realize that they needed to forgive their mothers. They've been brainwashed in so many ways until they just thought it was the father was the problem. They didn't realize the mothers were the problems or are the problems. And once they go and forgive, their whole life changed. They immediately, it feels like a load was lifted. And the things that seem so important are now unimportant, and they began to overcome. Once they wake up. And the beauty about waking up, you cannot go back to sleep. Once you overcome death, and anyone who has anger is dying. Even though your eyes are open, you're dying. But once you forgive and return to the Father, you live. You start to live. And once you return, you cannot go back to sleep. No matter what, you can't go back. And it's so amazing. But I'm hearing these stories from around the world, and it blows me away. It's just, I counseled with some people yesterday, and it was just, I'm like, what the? I'm watching miracles happen. I'm watching the dead come alive, the suffering being made free. And it is so, it's rewarding and encouraging and a blessing to see it. Because Christ came that all might be free, even though he knew that not all going to seek it. Only a few would seek that straight and narrow path because they've been so brainwashed for so long and dumbed down, not only by the failure of the parents, but the children of the lie in the schools and playgrounds and counselors and preachers and so-called experts. Not my experts, I have the real experts. The fake ones with the degrees. People just been brainwashed. Brainwashed. You know, yesterday I mentioned this, and so it's fortunate. It keep me going, to be honest with you. It let me know I got to stay aware of myself. I must resist the temptation to hate. And it's not even a temptation anymore for me, but it just let me know once you drop that anger, you're okay. Even the worst of the worst, come back to the Father. And it's mind-blowing. And it's around the world, not just in the United States. The spirit is the same. And so I'm fortunate. I don't take it for granted at all. I can't believe I do what I do. I don't know, because I never planned it. I didn't grow up thinking one day I'm going to be on the radio, I'm going to be writing books, I'm going to be counseling with people. You know how people grow up and they're thinking, one day I want to be a fireman, I want to be a police chief, or I want to be the president, or I want to be whatever, right? I didn't grow up thinking that way because I was taught from day one to work And when my parents would tell me, especially grandparents, because I was mostly raised by them, when they would say, well, we're preparing you, teaching you to work, not teaching me, but making me work and be responsible. Because when you become 18, when you turn 18, you're out of here. I'm like, well, where am I going? I don't know, but you leave it here. So they prepared me while growing up. And when I turned 18, I just left home. I was ready. I was ready because I had no problem with working. They didn't raise us with the focus of going to college. That is so dumb, but the people are brainwashed and they're raising their children. You got to prepare for college. They don't prepare you to work and take care of yourself. I remember growing up, they had mostly trade schools over colleges, but they allowed somebody to get rid of the trade schools and bring in universities, and these schools are dumb and taking your money. You pay buku money, go in debt to get a stupid piece of paper that's no good for you. And then you go in with common sense and you come out brainwashed. Sex out of wedlock, accepting everything that's wrong and hating everything that's right. And you pay for it. You go in debt. It is the dumbest thing. Rather than parents teaching you how to work, because as long as you work, you're going to have food on your table, roof over your head. Go and get a trade at a trade school and not learn all that other stuff. Women studied black history, slave history, Indian history, Mexican history. Why? What's wrong with you? Why would you pay that kind of money for nothing? To be brainwashed. And the schools have buku money, but you're broke. It's just not common sense anymore. It's just not common sense. Whereas your parents are supposed to teach you to work and be responsible, develop character, and when you go out into the world, you're ready for it. They didn't, even though some of the kids went to college wasn't instilled in our mind like that. Working and dealing with life was the principles which come from God. I don't think Christ ever went to college. I doubt it. But that's what the people are pushing, and the blinds are falling for it. Blind people. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the JLP Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.